holidays. Oh, this one's not for me? Oh, it didn't have a name on it. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Let's see, this one. This one's not for me either. Got it. Oh, this one's for me. Oh, I wonder what I got. Oh my gosh, socks. Oh my gosh, I needed more socks. You got me. I needed more socks. How did you know? Oh, girl can never have too many socks. Oh my gosh, thank you, Santa. Thank you, Santa. What is it? Matching shampoo and conditioner.
Bruh.
Oh, you're so good to me. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Santa. Crackers.
Bruh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How did you know? Oh, yes. Yes. Gonna start off with a little bit of Fix Plus, and just to let you guys know, I am no beauty guru, so if I'm doing anything that you guys don't do not come for me. I figured I'd do a little bit of makeup instead of just sitting here and talking to you guys. So Christmas is currently in 5 days, and I am not excited. First of all, I know you guys can see the setup in my background. For me, Christmas, the last few years, every time I do my decorations, that's sort of the climax for Christmas for me. I do that to try to like get myself pumped up, and it's like after I put the decorations up, that's about it. I feel like the whole festive feeling of Christmas has been lost. I feel a lot of pressure to give gifts to people that they don't need or want. And I also feel that there might be a little bit of pressure to give me gifts that I don't need or want. And part of the reason is my birthday is a month before Christmas. I'm a November baby. And I already get a lot of gifts or presents or special treatment in November. Not to mention throughout the year I get things that I need or want. I remember as a kid, I was always the type of person, practical, however you want to call it. I always wanted gift cards. But I always felt like I had family members that were just like, oh, a gift card is not personal enough. And, you know, you would get the stuff that you don't need or want, like the body wash. You know, girls always get the body wash, the makeup sets. And I'm just like, I don't need this stuff, or I have this stuff already. I always felt that sitting down, that whole sitting down, watching people open their gifts was always kind of weird. And I know a lot of people say, well, why don't you just ask the person what they want, or just tell the person what you want? But I feel like that's also a little bit awkward and uncomfortable too, to tell somebody what you want and for them to wrap it up or wrap it and then give it to you, like especially if you already know or have an idea of what you're getting. I hate to come across as like ungrateful or anything like that. I honestly would rather not get anything at all for Christmas. And I know, oh, you should be glad you even have family. Listen, this video is not about any of that, trying to come off as being ungrateful or anything like that. I honestly feel like a Christmas Grinch. I honestly think I hate Christmas. Hate is sort of like, for me to say that I hate Christmas is kind of, I guess, a little bit harsh. I also have this theory that because of social media, you see it more. I don't know. I think you see it's in your face. It's like you're constantly being stimulated with this whole in your face. And so it's like, I think it takes away from, how do I say this? I think because you're seeing it so much, some of the excitement is, you're like being overly stimulated with the Christmas stuff. And then, I don't know, in my little, comment down below if you guys are relate to anything that I'm saying. Yeah, I just feel like there's so much stimulation, there's so much focus for a lot of people on the gift, the whole gift giving. Christmas, for me and my family, has always been about getting together. And to each your own. If that's what you and your family do, that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. I've been noticing this holiday season that a lot of parents aren't telling their kids about Santa, which I think is kind of funny because the whole Santa Claus thing, it's sort of like you're teaching your kids about this whole fantasy and to make up stories. And don't get me wrong, my parents did that with me. Even though by the time I was in grade 1, I knew about Santa. Do you guys, comment down below, do you guys remember the first time you found out Santa wasn't real? How did you guys feel or react, or did you say anything to your parents, or did you continue to go along with the whole act to keep the excitement or the joy for your parents keep going? That's how you know kids are people pleasers, because I was definitely one of those kids that did that. I remember I was in grade 1 and I was sitting with the boys in my class and they're just like, you still believe in Santa? I lived in an apartment at the time and they're just like, how do you think Santa gets down the whole chimney? And they're just going through like, you think Santa is able to go all over the world and give gifts? They're like, that's your parents giving you your gifts. They sneak into your, they broke down the whole thing. I was a little bit devastated, but shout out to the boys that were in my class that set things straight for me, because your girl was in a fantasy land. I miss Christmas as a kid. And all us cousins used to, I guess I never used to see my cousins a lot throughout the year, and Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that, we used to just get together obviously and just laugh. Me and my cousins, whew, just laughing about everything, any and everything, and the food. Whew. I'm Caribbean, you guys, and I don't know, it just, Caribbean food just hits different. Oh, I miss all the food during the holidays. This girl that I know, she was telling me, I guess her kids aren't in the age of the whole believing in Santa anymore. So she was telling me how they go to this lodge around the holidays, Christmas Eve I think they go, and she's saying how it's so stress-free. I don't have the stress of going to like family members, wrapping gifts, decorating my house, going through all that Christmas stress. And they provide like a nice Christmas breakfast buffet and Christmas dinner, and she's like there's activities for the kids, activities for the parents. And I remember she was telling me, I was judging her like, oh wow, that's kind of different, like you don't do anything at all with your family. But as the more I was thinking about it, I'm like, this is something that I would like to do with my family. Like, I'm not all about the gifts and the presents. You can just spend a few days quality time with your family, skiing and stress-free. That's my type of vibe. I don't want to be all stressed out during the holidays. Anything to avoid being stressed out, I'm all for it. You guys comment down below, share any family traditions that you had as a kid that you will be using with your family, or you are doing with your family this year, or you will not be implementing anymore because it's unnecessary. Comment down below, you guys. I like to know what you guys do during the holidays. Favorite Christmas holiday memory? A good memory for me, I think just being with the family, like I said. I found that I guess our families were just so busy, and it wasn't that easy to get together except for Thanksgiving, Christmas. I think overall those are memories that I will always appreciate. I was one of those kids that were guilty of peeking through the gifts before they were wrapped, so I already knew what I was getting for Christmas. And I guess that was part of what made Christmas awkward. So I guess Christmas Eve I would usually stay up. I know most people they can't wait to wake up Christmas morning. Me, I would stay up till 5, 6 in the morning Christmas Eve so that I wouldn't have to wake up Christmas morning and deal with the awkwardness of opening up the gifts. That's another thing too, just the idea of sitting there, people watching you open your gifts and knowing that you didn't need or want it, and you have to be like, oh my gosh, give your best like Oscar nominated performance. Oh my gosh. I think I'm really good at buying clothing items for people, and I know that sounds really easy, but it's my thing. Buying clothing items, and it's really easy. You can always find out the size of their clothing, or I pay attention to those things anyways. What people like to wear, what their style is. So I think my clothing item gifts are always a hit. Favorite Christmas movies. My favorite Christmas movies are, every time I think about Christmas, I always think of Home Alone for sure, and A Christmas Story. with specifically A Christmas Story, when the little boy he gets his tongue frozen on the pole. So he's being a little bad little kid. Using a little gold deposit on my eyelids. A holiday look is not complete without some glitter, is it? So I went and applied my eyeliner and my lashes offline. Right now I'm going to add some mascara. So for my future family, I don't know if I'm going to be the type of parent that teaches my kid about Santa Claus or not. It feels hard not to, especially when the kids are in school. There's something, I'm torn. Honestly, I'm torn because my parents taught me about Santa, the whole Santa thing, but I've been hearing a lot of parents this Christmas season talking about how this whole Santa guy is getting all the credit when we work hard, go to work and work hard for our money to be buying these presents, and Santa's getting all the credit for it, which I think is hilarious. Highlighter. I think that's hilarious. And that seems like something that I would be a little bit upset about too. Going to line my lips. This is called Burgundy by MAC. As you guys can see, I love my MAC products. And the finisher. I'm using this ColourPop Ultra Matte Lippy. And it's in the color Creeper. I love this color.